So we got a carbon copy of yesterday. Another really small amount of snow, but doesn't matter what it is, we got to do everything. And tomorrow the really terrible weather's coming. We're gonna have -7 to +7, and then back down to -17. That's all on the Celsius. So above zero, above freezing, below freezing. Anything liquid, slush, any water, standing water, it's going to be a sheet of ice in 48 hours or 36 hours. It's going to be rough. Anyway, that chain that I mentioned in one of my other videos, I think Plowing in Daylight, and Western Plow Tips, I think it's Western Plow Tips. So how to, the most important thing to keep with you if you have a Western plow is a few tools to change your solenoid and a solenoid. But the chain is something you should always have with you too. Not only can it get you out of trouble, you can pull someone else out of trouble too. Pull someone out of the ditch or out of the... When it gets icy like it will tomorrow, it's easy to get stuck. One wheel's sitting on ice spinning, and you can't get out. It's the easiest thing. Matter of fact, I was thinking of a time when I just finished working like 20 hours, and I was driving down a residential street, and I could see these tires in the snow, a little bit of snow like we got today, and they're going all over the road, swerving all over. Eventually I come along and there's an SUV in the ditch with four look like teenagers or early 20s kids, probably with dad's SUV or mom's SUV, and all four wheels were in the ditch. And I just finished working at least 20 hours, maybe it was 24 hours. I was tired, I just wanted to go home. Anyway, I kind of felt bad for them because everybody's been in those shoes, fooling around with your friends, and you get a bit of trouble. No damage to the vehicle, but he was in there really good, and I told him I don't know if I can pull him out. And they said, well, we'll pay you. So I said, on a tow truck, when you have all four wheels in the ditch like that, it can be $100+, $150, because they know you're stuck. And if they damage your vehicle, the back plastic bumper gets torn off trying to pull them out, and you could be on the hook for that. But I told them I'll pull you out, but I can't guarantee I'll get you out. I can't no guarantees of damage on your vehicle, because I'm not insured for that anyway in the first place. And I said, how much money have you got? So they gathered together all their coins. I think probably they had a lot of money on them, but they put together $20 in change, and I said I'd do it for that. So I was able to pull them out. I got them out. I think I was driving a truck like this. It wasn't this vehicle, but it was. When you've got a salter on the back and a plow on the front, man, it's just like driving a train. You go straight really well. It doesn't. I can do 120 kilometers an hour in the worst weather of the year, but don't ask me to turn. It's just so heavy that it just tracks like. This thing doesn't slide around too much, but when it does, man, look out. Yipper. This one vehicle got in here before I got here. I slept in today. I got up at 2:30 instead of 2. So now I gotta work around that a little. So I was working on my mill. I made that part 2 nights ago. I showed it yesterday in my video. Little tiny little part. It's a 3/8 diameter at the largest point, and then 1/4 inch, and then a little tiny little pin on the end. And it's for a little plunger. It locks high, low, and medium quill speed. There's 2 shifters on that. They're identical. Well, that's on my video yesterday. It was fun to make that. I might try it one more time. And when I threaded it, I didn't oil it enough, and I think the threads tore out a little bit. But you can't see it when the knob's on. So I'm looking forward to working on that some more and getting it further ahead. I took the table off. It's just sitting there right now. I can undo it. I want to check all the oilers on the knee, and I think there's about 6 or 8. There's probably 8 oil points at the automatic. There's just one lever you push on it, and it shoots oil up to all the points that need to be oiled. Some of them you can't get at any other way, so those things have to work. There's 4 of them at least you can oil with an oil can, but the other 4, I think there's at least 4 other ones. They have to work, so I gotta check and see if they all work. One of them I know is not working right. That's a probably 30, 40-year-old machine, so considering most of them still work, and it's that old. Maybe somebody rebuilt it already in the past, but I don't know. I don't know the history. I doubt it though. I bet you it's all original. So I'm gonna either change some lines on it or clean the lines out. It's probably plugged with dirt or something. So that I will be working on, and I was hoping I'd get it further ahead than I have, but I haven't had time. Being here every day, 10 hours a day, 15 hours a day, just doesn't allow me to do much else. Anyway, I polished up a bunch of aluminum parts on it, and they look better. They look new. My son said, you know, I think he looks at my lathe and he thinks it looks like a work of art because it's in such nice shape, and all the chrome is shining up like really beautiful. And then he looks at the mill and he says, "Dad, that thing looks like a piece of crap." I think he's right, but give me 6 months, I'll have it all fixed up. I think it'll look better. And more than anything, it's got to work right. So looks are just gonna make me feel better if it looks nice. I got my work cut out for me. It's pretty. That table is very heavy. I was gonna lift it off myself. I don't think I'm gonna try. I think it's just too heavy. I tried to find out what the weight of that. It's a 42 by 9 inch milling machine table, and couldn't find any information on what it weighs, but I don't know if I can lift it by myself or not. And my chain hoist in the garage is just a little bit too far away from it to do the lifting. There's an engine hoist here. I'd love to borrow it, but with the salter in the back, I can't even bring anything home. So to lift that off, I want to turn it over and degrease, and there's some rust on the bottom in the V-weight in the dovetail. So I want to clean that out. And check the other 2 points, the oil points, and the threaded rod's got the lead screw, I should say. Basically it's a threaded rod. It's got some rust on one end, and the only way to get that out of there is to I gotta wire brush it. Then I can get it out. It's got that much rust on it. The last 4 or 5 inches won't come through the nut. So I can't get it off to put it on the wire wheel, and I'm gonna get my son to help me lift it. two of us can probably lift that easily. And put it on a set of sawhorses and then just give it a good going over. So I may make some videos of that. There's lots of good videos on, you know, I'm really lucky because there's so many of those old Bridgeports around that there's a ton of videos of restoring them from a basement shop guy. He gives me advice. He told me the other day use 2500 grit sandpaper to polish up the chrome. I was having trouble with the hand cranks. He will not polish up. I'm using a caught wheel on a bench grinder with the clay bars, and it's just not doing anything. So use start with a coarse paper and work your way up to 2500 grit. So I'm gonna go buy some of that. I've been wanting to do that, but I haven't had really a chance. Get some emery cloth and try that. I don't know how thick the chrome is on that. I hope it's thick enough that it don't sand through it, but you know, it can't look worse than it does right now, and it's rough on the hand, so I don't want to replace those hand cranks. There's nothing wrong with them, but they just look. It was left outside for a while. It was underneath a roof, but it was open to, it was exposed to the air. It was tarped, which I don't think did any good for it. And I don't think there was much rust on it before this guy bought it, that I bought it from. But it's covered in rust now. But it's coming off. The rust is coming off. I'm using Evapor Rust and steel wool, and I'm buffing it. Paint scraper works pretty good. Get the heavy stuff off. There's the tractor going. Needs a new bulb on the front there. Anyway, it'll probably be just a short video today. My plow's kind of acting up today. Sometimes it won't go up, and sometimes it won't go down. But I may have to get a new wiring harness for it. I'm hoping I can get through this winter anyway, and then buy one for next fall. See, it's just push the down button, it won't go down sometimes. It's 10 years old now. Nothing lasts forever. And the dealer will not, he won't even touch one of these old plow harnesses and wiring systems. They'll just change the wiring system before they even try and diagnose what's wrong with it. I think there's a message there. It's not worth the time to try and trace. There's just a spider web of wires in there. It just goes on and on and on. Wires everywhere. You would not believe the amount of wires in this thing. just for a simple plow. It's all it has to do is go up, down, left, and right, and then you've got your lights. So there's like 60 wires in there. There's 4 plugs and there's 16 or more wires on each plug. It's a 4-port isolation unit. And yeah, basically the isolation unit is a junction box for all of your wires, because it's too hard to run wires throughout the whole truck, so you have to have some place where everything joins together. So you've got your wire coming in for your handheld control, which I think that's the one I need to replace. That's one, and then another one goes off to the front of the truck for the lights, and then another one goes to the plow controls. There's only a few wires in that one, and then another one goes somewhere else. I don't know where they all go. It's just a nightmare of that. It's a miracle I got it working. Next year, it'd just be easier to just buy a new wiring harness. The plug that comes off the isolation unit into the truck, I can buy that. It's probably like $150 or so. And then maybe I can order it through the States. I think I met a guy who bought a plow in the stainless steel V plow. Installed was half the price of what they sell them for here in Canada. And this is a big market up here for snow equipment. You know, everyone's got a plow up here. There's no small amounts of snow up here. They're all serious snowstorms up here. Serious amounts of snow. And still they just charge us through the nose for stuff like snow removal equipment. I might just make an order sometime in the next 6 months or so, before next winter, and try and get everything I need in one big order. Go down, get a UPS post office box. You don't have to pay brokerage fee. Brokerage fee kills us. It kills any small deal. You got to make a big order, because the brokerage fee can be $30 or more. So if you're going to order one item, $100 item, and you pay exchange, shipping, and then you slap your brokerage fee on there, it gets to be pricey. I know I need some parts for the lathe, and that's going to come through the States too. So I'm going to order that. Maybe I'll order all the Western stuff, have it all arrive at UPS. I can go down on the border and pick it up. And it's only about an hour and a half drive. Makes it worthwhile. If you save $150 in brokerage fee, 10 items, 5-10 items, $200 maybe I save. Fill up my gas tank while I'm down there, because gas is really, we pay $1 a liter up here. That's $4 a gallon Canadian, which is, our dollar's weak. 76 cents right now. So I'm better off to I used to buy all my stuff from the States. I used to buy Northern Hydraulics. I used to buy go down there, shop on eBay. I bought tractors. I bought all kinds of stuff from New York State and Pennsylvania and Ohio. I've gone as far as New Jersey. I bought a plow in New Jersey years ago. Half the price of here. So it's worth the trip down to get it. But yeah, the guy I met that bought the V-plow, the only reason why I haven't bought a V-plow is you can't do this. You can back drag, but it doesn't have a back drag blade on it. So it doesn't do a great job of cleaning when you back up. So, and the other thing, he stayed in a hotel when he went down there and had that. He had it installed on his truck, and he said even after the hotel, restaurant, and the gas down and back, it was still half price. So it's something you got to do off season though. You can't be doing it during the snow, during the winter, because I got to be here if it snows. But I'm definitely thinking of doing that. And next time I buy a plow, a brand new plow, just find an installer as close as you can, get a price over the phone, installed, and just drive down there, stay in a hotel, a little mini vacation, and come back, declare it at the border, pay your taxes and all that, and bring it home. I don't get it. Why are we paying double up here? I don't understand that. Okay, well, I think that's going to be it there. I'm going to salt some walkways and salt some parking lots, and I don't know if there'll be any videos the next 2 days. It's going to be very, very difficult days the next 2 days ahead of me, so I'll try and give you an update on the mill as I get some progress. It might be a couple of weeks, it might be a week. Thanks for watching.